ప్రేమ స్వరూపులారా,
The third is my own experience of how Bhagwan put this samskara into me, a particular one. I've shared this often, but I would like to because I was reminded after I heard the Allahu Akbar bhajan. It was in my second year post-graduation in my MBA that Bhagwan gave me a lot of chances. Swami used to look at me and say, next bhajan you sing. And when Swami starts to give some importance, obviously, it is like a pumping session where our head keeps growing bigger and bigger and our heart keeps shrinking. And we think, I am the next bhajan, I'm the next best bhajan singer. I am Swami's boy, etc., etc. And Swami wants to prick that. And so it so happened that this experience happened with me. It was one of those days in Bhajan Hall. And if you notice, we have a beautiful footrest of Bhagwan. And the indication for Arati will be when Swami pushes the footrest inside and Arati will be taken. And that could happen anytime. Typically, we used to have about 7 to 8 bhajans between 5 and 5:30. About 5:25, Swami will take Arati. One day I was singing the 7th bhajan. I was going to sing the 7th bhajan. And after the 6th bhajan, Swami took Arati. The next day, I was singing the 6th bhajan. And after the 5th bhajan, Swami took Arati. The following day, I was singing the 5th bhajan. And after the 4th bhajan, Swami took Arati. Now, when such a thing happens, we have one of our coordinators, our senior sirs in our bhajan group. He has got long tentacles which have got very, unrestricted coverage with Bhagwan. He is able to catch all these signals. And obviously, I knew that he is going to say something to me. I tried to avoid myself. I did not want to make eye contact with him, our bhajan group in charge. I simply tried to whisk away. I knew that there was something wrong. And even that sir also, he looked at me and I looked at him and we just shared a few looks and I just ran away from Bhajan Hall. Couple of days later, I was slotted to sing the first bhajan. And now I wondered, Swami, how are you going to miss my bhajan today? You have been missing my bhajan for the past 4 occasions. I forgive you for that. But today you just cannot miss my bhajan. If you say bhajan, I have to be singing. I am the first singer. Ganesh bhajan, I have to start. Or so I thought. That day, the bhajans were not inside Bhajan Hall, they were outside Bhajan Hall. So all of us were seated outside. And Bhagwan came and he asked, out of all the days, that day, for not 1, not 2, not 3, but 6 speakers to speak in front of Swami, in front of him. 6 speakers spoke before the bhajans. And so all of us, and I was particularly very curious, I kept looking at the clock. And I was thinking probably today there will not be any bhajan. And if there is no bhajan, there is no problem. Because it's not my fault. 6 speakers spoke. And probably the last speaker will get the brunt because after his speech, Swami has taken Arati. So I was seated over there and I was keenly looking at the clock. And after 6 speakers, it was about 1.5 hours that Bhagwan had spent outside in Kulwant Hall. Dear brothers and sisters, the most amazing miracle happened. Bhajans happened. But guess what happened during bhajans? Even as the 6th speech got over, Swami asked for bhajans and then looked at the set of primary school students who had come and said, today you will sing bhajans. Oh my God. The primary school children led the bhajans that day. Swami sat for half an hour listening to their bhajans. Of course, it was a moment for them to cherish, in fact. And it was a moment for me to introspect. Swami had given me the slip, thinking, I thought I am going to be the first singer of the day. Swami had a way to even bypass that. Obviously, after that, Sir walked up to me and said, brother, take rest. take stock of the position, of your position. What is happening? Why is Swami doing this? And so for the next 15 days, I used to sit at the back of the bhajan group and I used to follow bhajans. And every day I used to cry, Swami, what have I done? What should I do? Swami, please forgive me. And these were the kind of prayers inside. In fact, to drive home the point so deep into me, one day Swami even asked the Vedam people to sing bhajans. He did not allow. I'm sure some of the brothers over here will be remembering that. Swami made the Vedam people to sing bhajans. They were atrociously beautiful bhajans. Atrocious for so-called music connoisseurs, but beautiful for Bhagwan. Swami simply enjoyed the bhajans that day. To drive home the point deep within, he was doing this. I felt at that moment, several people around Kulwant Hall were getting their chances only to drive home the point into my mind. And it was about 20 days since this event happened. And one day, sir looked at me and said, okay, why don't you sing today? It was my so-called day of redemption. I was singing the third bhajan. Swami came out, he was sitting in Kulwant Hall. That day, Swami called 4 speakers to speak. The whole session went on for about an hour 15 minutes. And I kept looking at the watch. And at the end of the 4th speaker, Swami said, Rendu bhajan padandi. I said, Swami, what is your problem? All you need to do is lift up this one more finger. I am the 3rd singer. Please. This will be like the end of my bhajan career. If today you get up before my bhajan, I don't know when again will I sing in front of you, Swami. Please don't do this to me. And of course, the 3rd finger never went up. The 2 bhajans continued. And it was about a month later, this about 20-25 days later, and Swami was sitting outside, and the signal for Arati was when Swami would stretch out his hand to hold the brass railing and would, get up. And that would be the sign for the Arati to be taken. And even as the 2nd bhajan was getting over, and I had never prayed, probably the first time I prayed was when I was seated as a little boy. Bhagwan, how could you do this to me? And the next time I was very, very strongly broadcasting my prayer, Swami, please, Swami, please, Swami, please. And as I was crying out like this to Bhagwan, 2nd bhajan gets over, Swami stretches out his arm, his right arm to hold the brass railing. And even as the Pujari sir lights the Arati, with the left hand Swami says, let us have one more bhajan. Inkokkati bhajan. Inkokka bhajan, Swami said. And that day I sang this very same bhajan, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. You know what is the meaning of Allahu Akbar? Allah, you are great. And that day I meant every word of what I was saying. Swami, you are great. Allah, you are great. And Bhagwan stood for the entire bhajan. Okay, and with the gestures that only the Lord can do, this beautiful waving of the arms. Okay, he stood for my entire bhajan. And after the bhajan, he looked at the pujari and said, now let us have Arati. That was the day when he told me that for the sake of teaching us a lesson, Swami can even take up pain upon himself. It was a time when Bhagwan was suffering, was having a little bit of pain in his fractured hip. In spite of that, Swami had stood for the entire bhajan just to let me know that he had heard my prayers and the lesson that I was supposed to learn, better not have ego. Otherwise, he goes. When you have ego, he goes. That is how Swami puts the samskaras into our heart.
My path to teach my